For this blog entry, I was going to talk about the Joan Mulholland cultural event that I went to a couple weeks ago. I was going to just reflect on a little bit and just talk about some of the qualities, leadership qualities that I found in her that I really admire and look up to. First of all, Joan is probably one of the most influential and powerful women that I've ever had the chance to meet in my life. I've always, coming from a town where it's always been segregated, whites and blacks, and racism is very prevalent, it was just so powerful to me to see such a woman, a white Southern woman, who made a change and made a difference in her community. So she was one of the most powerful women I've ever met, and she really didn't do anything. She just stood up for what she believed in. Some of the things that I wanted to talk about that I found were interesting were one of the professors that they were talking about said that she was really a threat to the white supremacy society, which I thought was really interesting, and they considered her to be very dangerous because here's this white Southern woman who was raised for the white supremacy people to take care of her and nurture her, and here she is saying, well, I don't believe in that, and I don't need your help. So I thought that was really interesting, and I also thought what was really interesting when she did a sit-in at a diner, and the people around her, where she basically felt threatened for her life. The people around her were throwing sugar on her and cussing at her and just calling her all kinds of names. And she continued to sit there, even though she said herself that she thought she was going to die that day. So I thought that really showed her strength as a leader and her courage and her bravery to do something like that. They commented on how Mississippi was known as the heart of darkness. And then when she took part in these freedom rallies and the walk, the riding the bus and the marches and things like that, she was literally facing death, basically. She was facing something where they could kill her, literally. So I also thought that was really, really powerful. It spoke a lot of her. I really did appreciate, though, what I found really, really hard to believe was the fact how she basically was raised in a Presbyterian church. She grew up around all white. Her life was surrounded by all white people, and what they preached to her was love thy neighbor as thyself. And basically she saw them as hypocrites, and she saw them not practicing what you preach, basically. And I see that coming where I'm from. I see that every day. Even in my own family, I still see that. And it's just hard to believe that we still live in a world like we do today, but we do live here, and it's our job as leaders and emerging leaders to take that first step and to get on a bus, to go to a diner and sit down, even when we're facing getting killed or being arrested. It's our job. Some things that I found that related back to the book was Joan definitely, she gave way to her passion. I remember I talked to her after the cultural event, and I asked her, how was it whenever you broke away from your parents and decided to do and take on a task like this? And she just said, well, I knew I was right. And she just gave way to her passion in life, which was getting to see blacks and whites to go to school together and be equal and not segregated, and racism to be less. So she really gave way to passion in that. And she didn't take herself so seriously. If you see her, rule number 6, if you see her, she's always in a t-shirt and her hair's always pulled back in a bandana. She's very humble in that sense. She's not proud about it. She just does it because she knows that it's right. And I think these two, she was definitely being a contribution to her community, and she did that by lighting a spark in others. She basically, being a white woman, it can inspire other people to follow along with what she was doing. So she definitely was a contribution by lighting a spark in others. So let's make sure I hit everything. Her story, like I said, is definitely impacted my way of thinking about life and my role as a leader and how I want to evolve as a leader. Like, I found myself struggling lately with having the courage to do things that I know is right, even though it may not be right in the eyes of the people of my town and my family. It may not be right. So I've just found myself struggling with that lately, but she's definitely somebody I can look up to continue on my leadership journey, and because she basically faced death row. Her courage is stronger than anything I've ever had the ability to do, so it just inspired me to keep fighting and to keep my bravery up, to fight for what I believe in and do things that I know are right, and make the world a better place. So that is my blog entry for today, so hope you like it, and thank you for watching.